Hit it.
Yeah.
I have listened to the song again
Uh-huh.
with a critical ear.
Uh-huh.
Thank you. I like it. It's our era, especially.
Yes.
You turned Bob Seger into Hank Williams Jr. a little bit, I thought.
Yeah.
Kind of got that kind of got that southern twang to it.
I will tell you, Dan,
I have my own way.
the feedback
That's your style.
Yes.
Is that what you're
Googans?
saying? Okay.
Yes.
has been primarily positive.
There's always a few.
There's always a few, but we've gotten Cugin. I like it. Nicely done.
Cugin. Yeah, love him.
Crushed it. Absolute gem.
Yeah.
Bravo, Chief Mogul.
Uh-huh.
That song is an absolute instant classic.
Oh.
And then one dissenting voice is simply texting in, barf.
Barf.
Barf is
That'll happen.
that's slang for throwing up.
Well, we'll play it again. And again, the video.
Yeah, when does that
Which
air?
you'll enjoy. That drops tonight between 7 and 8.
I like how you're dropping songs
Yeah, we drop
and
it.
videos. I like that.
This is our, this is good. It's pretty funny. You might enjoy the video.
With
if you
little
check it out
fanfare, we're like Beyonce now.
on CBS. But yeah, Dickinson and I got after it a little bit, but we got it done.
Okay.
We got it done. So,
Winner audience.
Winner audience. Yes, yes. All right, time to exchange some concepts and rationalizations before we do. Final time I'll ask this. Drill poll question of the day presented by Lockett Law and DUI Criminal Defense. Know before you blow. Call them 858-9818, 858-9818. For the last time the Jags picked tonight, who do you want? And I gave you 4 choices. And it's Jonah Williams, it's Ed Oliver, it's T.J. Hawkinson, and Jawan Taylor.
This happens to me every year. I go from really having no, real huge gut feeling to I would to the guy that I would absolutely bet on.
Yeah.
And I'm down now to I now have the guy that I feel like 90% that they're taking.
Is?
I settled on this guy. But I think they're taking Jonah Williams.
Yeah, it wouldn't shock me.
Yeah, I know.
Shock
And it wouldn't shock me if they took, a defensive lineman who fell.
The fans, though, want T.J. Hawkinson.
Yeah.
We have created, the media, the local media, in our talking of T.J. Hawkinson and national media, and this the talk and the fit, have created in other words, if you hear T.J. Hawkinson tonight at the Jaguar draft party, and we'll be down there having a good time, drinking a lot, you will hear a roar.
Yeah.
If you take Jonah Williams, it'll be
Yeah. Well,
that's the way, but you can't let the fans dictate who you pick. But I'm just telling you, that's T.J. Hawkinson is the one that everybody wants to take. I told Burrish and Bachman, who are both Iowa guys, that if he comes to town and doesn't do well, that we're running those two out of town.
they're going to have to go back to Cedar Rapids.
Yes.
Yeah.
To the Cedar Rapids market.
That makes sense, my friend. All right.
That's 650 votes, though, so it's overwhelming for Hawkinson.
Yeah,
anyway. And I'm not surprised.
Yeah, we've wagged that dog a little bit. I mean, this is what's interesting about the draft, and now all the experts and those in the know that. How many votes you said? 60%.
66%.
I think you could go honestly, and I'm not just saying this. And this isn't. I would also fall into that category in some of these cases. I bet you could go to 65. I bet you could go to 80% of that 66%, and they didn't know who T.J. Hawkinson was in December.
Oh, sure.
And so there's that. I equated it earlier. It's kind of like, look, we're all armchair investors now with E-Trade and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
And we get stock tips, and we know a hot stock, and we tell somebody about it. But at the end of the day, it's the guys on Wall Street and the fund managers that are in the know. That have a better idea. There's no hot prospect, I guess. There's no one coming. Like in our world, guys come out of nowhere. These NFL teams have employed scouts for every game, all year long. No one came out of nowhere. All these guys knew of. I'm more intrigued by the ones that we build up, Hick, and then they fall off the map because we built them to begin with, not the actual fund managers. In other words, Greg Little. Is that his name, Greg? What am I thinking? Yeah, the kid from Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Top 10 pick in the draft, according to the media back in.
Yeah.
And when I say media, I include the know-it-alls, Kuiper and McShay, who somehow forget that 5 or 6 guys that they had pegged back in October are nowhere to be found now. We just allow them that grace.
All right, let's also kick around some other sports concepts and rationalizations from last night. By the way, the one guy could be interesting who I've seen a few mocks that have him falling a little bit and certainly would give us pause is Josh Allen.
Yeah, I've seen that too. I would take him.
Yeah, it'd be tough not to take him.
Yeah.
So anyway, keep an eye out on that tonight. as well. I watched I love Game 7s of hockey. They actually call a penalty in overtime. You have to, I guess, when it's that delay penalty when they throw the puck up and over the ice, out of the rink.
Yeah, there's sort of no choice there.
Yeah, but they had one that they reviewed which was close and they didn't call it.
Did Carolina score in a power play to win?
No. Actually, Washington had the power play. They didn't score. I had a feeling. I was watching this game. I was in there with Weber, and I said, Carolina's hanging around. Carolina's going to find a way to win this game. And I went out to do the news at like 11:20, and I said, when I come back, the game will be over. And he had it queued up, and it was in the Washington zone. And I went, uh-oh, Caps are done. But here's the interesting thing about hockey talk. All 4 division winners are out.
First time ever in round 1.
Amazing.
Never happens. They went to this format. It's 1967, this divisional format, and it's the first time that all 4 something else that hadn't happened in like 20, 25 years were both teams in the Stanley Cup eliminated in round 1.
Wow. So what this means is somebody, once again, it frustrates me as a Rangers fan, but
out of nowhere, someone's going to win.
Somebody undeserving is going to win a cup.
Right, this is like some weird year you're going to look up at like the St. Louis Blues.
Yes.
Like, what the hell?
Yes. And I'm not happy about it because I always want that to be my team.
Yeah.
Why can't that be my team?
Because, the reason for that is they weren't in the playoffs.
They weren't. They're picking second in the draft. That's why.
So who are the 8?
Who
are the 8 that are left? What are the 4 in each conference now?
Well, you got the Islanders.
It's Islanders and the Hurricanes.
Hurricanes, right?
Then
Bruins.
The Bruins and the Blue Jackets.
Yes.
That's the East. On the West,
I would say I'd pick Bruins Islanders in the conference final there.
On the West, it's the
I guess
Stars
Bruins
and
are
Blues.
probably the favorite, aren't
Blues
they?
and who?
Blues and Stars.
Stars and the Sharks.
The Sharks and the Avalanche.
And the Lanch. I would love to see the St. Louis Blues win it. I know you wouldn't, Beef, but
have they ever won?
No.
Never.
No. God willing, they never will.
Never
Yeah,
won a cup.
I would pull for them again because Beef doesn't want them to win. Not not with the same.
Anyway, it's good stuff there. So
do you? All right, let's turn to another sports playoffs. I know what my answer is. I could give it to you like before you got the question out.
Okay.
Are you any more concerned about Golden State after what happened last night? Big picture. Golden State, by the way, lost at home as 15-point favorites to the Clippers. That's 2 home losses in the series, and it's now 3-2 going back to L.A.
It is amazing. I keep saying no, but it's been that way the entire year, and now it's seeped into the postseason. Normally, you're supposed to flip the switch when you're a great team. So I guess my answer is yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not.
Okay.
That's what. And you know what I think back to, Dan?
What?
We don't remember this. We go back to Michael Jordan and those 6 straight titles.
Uh-huh.
There are a lot of series where they were 4-2, 4-3.
Yeah.
They didn't sweep through everything.
No, but the
longer you're around, the more.
NBA is a different association now.
Well, I think the Warriors are the Bulls closest.
All right, go do this, and Beef, you can check this later. You go find me the last NBA champion that went 6 in the first round.
Oh, I bet you can find more than you think.
The last one.
The Cavs 2 years ago.
They won that year? The year they won?
I think didn't they go 7 with the Celtics that year? The Celtics won game 1.
Maybe.
Let me look though. I don't.
I'm just curious.
I'll find it.
Beef will find it.
Okay, good.
Beef will find it. So
that's good. That's a good way to position it.
It's just weird that they have not. They haven't done that well at home this year. You know what I mean? So there's. I would say at some point you have to say yes. And
now you want it to be 6, right? 5 doesn't qualify.
4-1 is not a big deal, but 4-2 is in a first round is noticeable, I think.
I remember one year the Hawks went and beat the Bulls in game 1, and that was the only game they won.
I'll give
and
you.
That was also like a lifetime ago.
I'll give you one more.
Oh, go ahead.
2014, Dan.
Yes, they won that long ago.
Yeah, 2014 Spurs went 7 with the Mavs in the first round.
That's not that. That's you know.
That 16 Cavs team, they swept the first round.
Yeah,
they did.
That's 5 years.
Yeah, but still, it's relative, and it's 7.
Yeah. I don't.
What's wrong?
I hate.
Oh,
I hate. It's such a strong word.
I was thinking about, by the way, instituting the Prosser hate rankings, the hate power rankings. After you guys gave me a hard time, and then I could make sure that you actually knew who I was down on.
I have one now that is Dan's hate.
Oh,
number 1.
Hate's a strong word.
With a bullet. I cannot stand. I don't understand the NCAA. I really don't.
What now, friend?
Well, I told you the other day the story of the
They
Illinois
won't
kid.
let him transfer, but they let everyone else.
Oh, I got another one for you.
Okay.
Brock Hoffman.
Yeah.
He wanted to go from Coastal Carolina to Virginia Tech. His first off, understand this. Oh, so anyway, so Brock didn't get a lawyer. Let me finish the story. Brock didn't get a lawyer, okay, because he figured, well, my mom has a brain tumor. She's going to be
in Virginia.
Yeah, I guess she's going to be okay. She's going to be okay, but she's struggling with some things, and I want to go. I want to go back home, and so the NCAA said, yeah, we're not going to allow that. They denied his appeal. Why are they denying any appeals, Jeff?
I don't know. Well, this is what I said
When
when they did the Tate Martell game over.
Yeah.
If any attorney worth their salt would win this one in about 2 seconds. The NCAA needs to be taken down.
Yes.
They do. For a myriad of reasons, they need to just be disbanded, and we need to start over, and we need to change.
The NCAA denied his waiver request because Virginia Tech is 5 miles outside of the 100-mile radius from his home and that his mother's condition is improving. The lineman said his mother is still suffering from facial paralysis, some hearing loss, and eyesight issues. The bottom line is if the kid wants to go closer to home, let him go closer to home. My thought is
I got a deeper bottom line.
We got a kid at Florida who did the same thing, and they allowed him.
Grimes.
Yeah, and they allowed him to go back home.
And I'm not sure he's within 100 miles either.
Yeah.
I thought he was South Florida.
It makes my skin crawl. And again, they opened up the Pandora's box. There is no way. And so my suggestion to Brock Hoffman is sue them. How can you tell me where I can and can't play?
Well, here's I'll take it deeper. You're coming from Coastal Carolina.
Yeah.
That's not even football. If Virginia Tech will have you, the entire Coastal Carolina roster ought to be able to go there. And there's too much self-importance with the NCAA also. I mean, you're running a rec league. Shut up.
I'm trying to look at this one story. NCAA not solely to blame, as Brock Hoffman has a path towards eligibility at Virginia Tech. So
why?
That's what I'm trying to see. It turns out Virginia Tech probably unwittingly filed a waiver request that didn't fit Hoffman's circumstance. Well, then tell him that, you idiots. Tell him that. Why wouldn't you tell him that?
What was it again? What was the reason?
It says, in the story, it turns out Virginia Tech probably unwittingly, well, I'm sure unwittingly, filed a waiver request that didn't fit Hoffman's circumstance.
Oh, so the wrong one.
We know that social media shaming has helped the NCAA find the right path in the past.
What was the rationale for allowing Tate Martell to play on it? Gang is a kid from Ohio State, transferred to Miami with no hardship, with no reason, and they just let him play.
Shea Patterson, Justin Fields, Tate Martell.
But the Patterson,
you have to go hire this attorney guy, Tommy Mars, who gets them eligible immediately. You shouldn't have to do that. Mars, who has become a specialist in the area, told CBS Sports he's consulting with the Hoffman family about the next steps. If I had a chance, I'd tell Hoffman the game isn't over for you in 3 or 4 weeks. If Virginia Tech moves this forward on a separate track, he'll be granted a waiver. Again, that's stupid. And NCAA to even sit there like they have some sort of rule. No, they don't. They don't. They let anyone go anywhere, anytime. Free agency is here. I don't understand. Coastal Carolina had a coaching change. That's a mitigating circumstance, just like the Ohio State.
I don't.
Whether you agree or disagree is not the issue in terms of the bottom line is the NCAA is the one who opened the door. So if kids want to transfer, they should be allowed to transfer immediately.
Well, no, they should have never let him go. You shouldn't be allowed.
Look at the picture of the mom. She's got stitches down the back of her skull.
You have found a really strong case there. I get that, but I don't.
A strong case that the NCAA said no to.
Well, my point is that I don't think that you should be able to just go willy-nilly back and forth without sitting out a year.
That's not the issue, as I just
know,
said.
but that's where we're headed, and I don't think that's right. I think you should have to sit out a year if you transfer.
Yeah.
I do, unless there's a situation like that.
I don't.
All right.
That's fine.
Well, okay.
The coaches can leave.
We've had this one before.
Yes.
I know.
That's fine. All right.
The coaches are professionals working on a profession. The college players are kids in school.
They're sort of professionals, too, if you get my drift.
Nah.
Ask the bag.
Yeah, well, there's 90 guys on Florida, and about 3 of them will be in the NFL. So the rest of them are going to have to count on
Don't
what
ask Rick,
college
though. Rick
gives
didn't
them.
know.
Rick who?
Patino.
All right, I'm going to finish with this. You know, there's a new – it used to be jersey sales, Hick.
Yeah.
Now they're saying merch sellers.
Merch.
So a list that accounts for not just jersey sales, but all merchandise sold by the NFL and its partners, like jerseys and T-shirts and bobbleheads and fat heads.
Okay.
From the time period March 1st, 2018 through February 28th, 2019, I have the top 10 merch sellers in the NFL. So, Beef, we can conclude the 10-minute drill with a pop quiz, please.
Oh, look at this
Thank
double
you.
combination.
Yeah, boom. You
That just happened.
can play along with him if he would
Brand
like to invite
synergy.
you. But, yeah, the NFLPA's top 10 player merch sellers. I would imagine that it would correlate pretty closely to the jerseys, but
Right.
I predict that you will get
Well, it's hard. I mean, you may throw one out there that
I think you're going to get I'd put the over-under before you miss one at 5.
All right, so let me ask you this one question as I compile this list in my head. Is it more of established guys or is it more new stars?
Yes.
Okay.
You want me to just tell you the list?
So, I mean, Beef.
How many
do we go with
quarterbacks are
Brady,
there and how many-
Wilson?
I think your obvious guys would be like Brady, Rogers, Wilson.
Yeah, let's knock out those 3.
All right,
Tom
so
Brady.
Brady, ding, number 1.
Yeah,
Rodgers, ding, number 7.
yeah.
Game over.
Russell Wilson.
Wilson didn't
yeah.
make it. He's
What
too
about
corny, man.
Gronk?
Rock, no.
See? What about
I think quarterbacks. We got a lot of quarterbacks.
Right. Does
Yeah.
Dak, because of the Cowboys
Dak
fans,
is number 2.
yeah.
and Ben?
Ben is not on there.
Wow.
The Steelers apparently only buy jerseys.
Yes. Philadelphia paid homage to Nick Foles by purchasing a ton. He's number 7.
No, but Carson
on the clearance rack.
Carson Wentz is number 3, by the way. So regardless of what people may speculate about the Eagles locker room, it's
Yeah.
pretty clear who the Eagles fan base supports in that.
I
What about
wonder
Drew-
if like the feverish Browns fans drove Baker into the top 10.
That's a good guess, but
There's always like one rookie who's
he's
Yeah.
not in there. Brady won.
What about
Prescott's in-
Antonio Brown? He was
No,
always
he's
See?
a
or
turd.
OBJ,
Carson Wentz is 3. Another Cowboys 4.
Zeke.
Ezekiel Elliott is 4.
Right.
This guy, if I'd have given you 20 minutes to come up with a list, you would have had this guy early. He's the MVP.
Of last year?
Yeah. Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, yeah, I remember him.
He's had kind of a big year.
Yes, he did.
Another rookie.
What
is
about
not-
Wentz?
another
I mean, not Wentz. What about Goff? Did he make that? Or
Goff did-
Gurley?
Gurley's not on there either.
Yeah.
LA
It's
doesn't.
not as easy as you think.
No, but LA doesn't. I don't think it's easy at all.
No.
There's about 50 that you could
Yeah.
tone down to 10. That just LA doesn't give a crap about football, Dan. So Goff and Gurley aren't going to show
Oh, that's
up.
true.
Um,
What about T.J. Hawkinson and Jaguar gear?
number 6 is another rookie,
Number 6 is another rookie.
The
Numbers-
Saquon.
Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, good one.
7 is Aaron Rodgers. Number 8 is a Houston Texan that's not J.J. Watt.
Deshaun.
Watson.
Yeah.
Number 9 is maybe as good a talent that's ever been picked up in a trade. Khalil Mack.
Yeah, that was a good get.
And then Drew Brees is number 10.
All right, let's take a
We need a
break.
number, baby.
We'll go caller number 2. They get the prize pack. Beef, tell them what they're getting. We'll head to break. We got Doc Murphy coming up.
Jeff, are we
as
splashing
well.
the pot again today?
We are going to splash the pot with 4 more tickets to Guns N' Roses. We'll see you Saturday night at the arena. And I'll remind you, it's Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday.
So 4 to Guns N' Hoses Saturday night. We'll get you a 4-pack to go see the Jumbo Shrimp and some free airport parking from usapark.net.
All right, the Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday continues. Doc Murphy will go through the injury report next, and our drill draft coverage brought to you this weekend by DivorceMenOnly.com.